Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 12. Today, when I was meditating, the word weaving came forward into my awareness, and I love that word. I often look for symbolism that animals show themselves through, and when I see spiders, I always think of the gift that spiders bring, which is the weaving of the web. I know spiders are not everyone's favorite animal, but the symbolism, the sign that they bring us when we see them, is always so powerful. And when the word came forward in my meditation, weaving, I was just thinking about how our lives are these threads. We have all these different relationships and places that we live and jobs that we hold and communities that we move through, and just so many different threads that create this tapestry that we know as our life, this life. This life. We could get into all the weaving of past lives and future lives and parallel lives and the tapestry that creates at a soul level. But for now, we'll just focus on this lifetime. And when we tune into that, if you allow yourself to picture what a tapestry looks like when it's going through the loom, when it's being woven, you have all of the threads. I'll just give you an image the way I see it. There are all these different threads on the left, and the person weaving is sitting right in the middle. And so all the threads are being brought into this machine from the left. And then on the right comes this tapestry, this fabric that has all of the colors and textures and thicknesses and thin, and everything that each individual thread brings is brought together and creates this new tapestry that only the person who is at the loom guiding the threads will know or be able to see as it comes out the other side of the machine. It's such a beautiful image for us to hold on to or tap into when we're moving through our days and we're so busy, and there are all these immediate pressure decisions and stresses that need to be taken care of in the moment. When we can pull back our perspective and calm everything down, slow everything down just a little bit, and see life from this bigger perspective, we can see the variety of the threads that we created, we called in. We chose all of the threads that make up our life. And when we sit in the power seat here of our own machine that is bringing the threads together and creating our unique tapestry, when we sit in this power seat and tune into what kind of thread do we want to create? What do we want our tapestry to look like as it comes out of the right side of the machine? The left is usually represented by, in our body, in our energy, it's represented by like the feminine, the knowing, the intuitive. The right side is action, doing, producing, creating. When you look at the body energetically, that's usually how I divide it. Left is feminine, intuitive, right is doing, action. We can completely see that in this visual of all the threads creating the tapestry. The left is all the intuitive knowing, the dreams, the wishes, the hopes, the feminine receiving, all of that goes into this machine that we are the designer of. What comes out on the right is what we are producing, what we are putting our time into, where we bring our attention, what actions we take. All of that is the output. But that's what creates the tapestry. That's where we see what our life is about. Those are the results that we show to people. Where our time is spent. What are we doing with our time? All of that is the output. So what do we do with all this? Awareness, right? It's always about awareness. When we can allow this visual to guide us, we can be very conscious of what are the threads that we are bringing into our tapestry. Are there threads we don't resonate with anymore? So have we outgrown some situations, some responsibilities, some relationships? Are there new threads we need to bring in that are more focused on health or stillness or meditation or connection? Do we have only a couple threads and maybe we want more? We want more variety, more color, more diversity in our weaving. So we want to bring in some new interests and some new projects and some new relationships and new practices. When we become aware of what the threads are that make up this tapestry of our life, and we are consciously feeding them into this loom, this sewing machine, and we're the ones determining what the fabric is going to look like. We're visualizing, we're daydreaming, we're creating this life that we want to have. We're understanding what the possibilities are for our tapestry. And we're consciously creating it. We talk about it, we share it, we build it, we trial and start. Maybe we bring in a new thread and we bring it into the tapestry and we weave it in and we realize, didn't really like that one, not really working that great. So we release that thread and we bring in a new thread or a new color or a new variety. We are the ones in the driver's seat of what tapestry we're creating. So awareness is the way to create exactly what it is you want to have as your output, as your material or tapestry or art on the other side of this loom, this sewing machine that you are responsible for. So how cool is that? You're creating it. Nobody else. There's no one sitting behind you, hitting you over the head and telling you what the tapestry has to look like. It's your choice. So it's even the word SEW. Sew your threads. Sew your tapestry. Create. Be really mindful of what it is that you want your output to look like. And sometimes the first step for becoming aware is to simply slow down enough to see what's happening in your life. Just slow down, pause, go sit outside in the sunshine for a few minutes today, this week. Put your back against a tree and just visualize, what threads do I have coming into this machine? How comfortable is my seat as I sit here weaving my tapestry? Are there adjustments I want to make? And what would my tapestry look like if I allowed myself to see the most beautiful version of my life in all of its glory, all the colors that are available to me? Any design, any picture that I choose, what would it look like? What life do I want to be living? Yeah, start creating that tapestry. Start creating it. So become aware, be conscious, and start creating it. Thank you for tuning in to today's vibration. Let's take this message of pure love out into all of our communities and continue expanding love here on Gaia. So much love from my heart to yours.